The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains coarse language and my own personal views and opinions. Please note all references to wrestlers and politicians is complete satire and is intended for fun, not harm. Welcome to episode 15 of the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. Can you believe 15 fucking episodes? Neither can I. If you'd like to follow me through social media, on Twitter I am at SDD916. If you'd like to follow me on Facebook, I have changed the name to the unofficial group page to the Sky Genie Show page. Please like and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. If you'd like to support the show, go to my homepage on YouTube and there's a donate button. You can donate whatever you like on there. Your donations go towards the show and helps quality of audio and improvement overall of the show. Otherwise, the show will remain free. I'd like to shout out a few podcasts. Get in the Corner on Wednesday at 9 PM on Mixlr. As well, also on Mixlr is the Don Tony Kevin Castle show, who drop every Monday night immediately after Raw. As well, on the same channel as the Don Tony Kevin Castle show is Wrestling Soup. They do a show on Thursday at 9:30 PM. They also do a Saturday morning shitbox on Saturday mornings, but this is not on pay-per-view weekends. And on Sunday pay-per-view weekends, they do a recap show of the pay-per-view. So please check him out on Mixlr. Also on Podbean, there is the Solomonster Sounds off, who drops a show every Sunday. They are really good shows, and I recommend you go out of your way to listen to them because they are really good shows, unlike this one. And for those wondering about Genie Jr., well, I don't want to say. He went to school, as usual, fucking every animal in sight. But he got to school and, got his dick slammed by his locker door. And while you're thinking that may have hurt, apparently he was getting off and people slamming the door on his penis. Yeah, he's a special boy. We have news and reviews that will be on after this break. Are you sick of taking the express train? You know, those regular trains that go overnight and you're dealing with sweaty, smelly people? Do you think your shit don't stink and you are better than everybody? Well, I have something for you. The Cawk Express. Yes, that's right. The Cawk Express has everything you need. Go to cawkexpress.com and it will handle everything. The amount of passengers, the load, the amount of holes and tunnels you go into. Get out of them hairy situations with the Cawk Express. Go to Cawk Express for details. I would like to take a second to give this public service announcement. I want to give a shout out to a cause that's saving an endangered species. And I think it's very important to the ecosystem. The arse-licking toadstool. What is an arse-licking toadstool, you might be thinking to yourself? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you about it. The arse-licking toadstool is a creature that grabs onto your arse and sucks out your insides through your anus. Now, as unpleasant as this might be, it's pretty deadly. Now you're probably thinking, maybe we should let this thing die out. But think about the dinosaurs. Think about the fucking pandas. Think about the fucking whatever the fuck else is out there. They're getting funding, so why can't they? So please donate to the Arse-Licking Toadstool Foundation. And thank you for this public service announcement. That last public service announcement was not authorized by anybody. And we are back. And now we go to New Japan Pro Wrestling Power Struggle, November 5th, 2016. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. A lot of these names I will not be able to pronounce. I mean, hey, they're from a foreign country, so you expect foreign names. So if I say the name wrong, I am sorry. Apparently, there was the first match was an 8-man tag. There was one before one here that I'm about to review here, and I didn't get to see that match. And I won't review that match, as I feel it's not fair. I mean, if I didn't see it, why should I review it, right? Anyway, I did keep notes, and I think I only did the last names, and I can't remember the first. So if I just say the last names, I'm going to go by that. Anyway, on with the review. The first match was an 8-man tag. Was Angel de Oro, Fuyuyo, Taguchi, and Titan. They faced the team of Dave Finlay, Jushin Liger, Ricochet, and Tiger Mask. At least I knew those names. Anyway, this was a really good opener and a really real fun, and I thought this was a really good way to open the show. Team Liger wins at the end. They all shake hands and embrace after the match. We then go to a 6-man tag. You'll notice with New Japan, what they like to do with their shows, they'll put a lot of the 6 and multiple man tag matches at the start of the show, and as it gradually goes on, they start doing singles matches and all the bigger matches. And here is a 6-man tag. It's the Bullet Club's Bone Soldier, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens versus Togi Makabe, Homana, and Yoshitatsu. And this match was an okay match. Wasn't necessarily the greatest. Yeah, it was just there, but and the Bullet Club goes over. We then have the IWGP Tag Team Championships with the Guerrillas of Destiny vs Tomohiro Ishii and Yoshihashi. And I thought this was a really awesome match and really exciting. The Guerrillas of Destiny retain the titles here in this match. We then go to the Super J tournament, it's finals. It's ACH and Taiji Ishimori, yeah, that sounds about right, versus Roppongi Vice. Roppongi Vice is currently my favourite tag team in the world. I reckon they have the best theme song of them all. Apparently leading up to this, Roppongi Vice had not been getting along. Apparently they've been teasing a breakup. I hope they don't break up, because I'll be pretty devastated. I'll probably come on here and end up crying. Something like that. Anyway, this is a really, really awesome match. And there was so much into it, like to the fight to get this win. And it's very rare in a pro wrestling match to get something like this. And we got it here, and Roppongi Vice actually wins the Super J's tag team finals. And after the match, they call out the Young Bucks to challenge them to Wrestle Kingdom 11. The Young Bucks come out and accept the challenge. We then go to IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship with Bushi defending against Kushida. This is a real phenomenal match. Both men put the effort in the match, and I thought it was a really good match. And Kushida wins the championship and becomes the new champion as Kushida celebrates the time bomb. Leading up to this, like Chris Jericho, there was this ticking of the time bomb. The time bomb was about to go off, and for weeks and weeks, everybody kept it a secret, and it was a real big secret. Nobody knew who it was. It turned out to be, who was it? Hiromu Takahashi. He has been on Ring of Honor as of late, teaming up with Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. And I thought this was pretty cool. A cool reveal. And yeah, and this led to the intermission. After the intermission, we had the Bullet Club versus Chaos. Bullet Club members were Adam Cole, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks versus Okada, Gedo, Hiroshi Goto, and Will Ospreay. And this was a really good match. And it really was something that continued the story, because with Kenny Omega getting the pinfall over Okada, which is something that's pretty important leading into their match at Wrestle Kingdom 11. So, as you would think, the Bullet Club go over here. We then have the Never Openweight Championship, Shibata versus Evil. And this is a really good hard-hitting match. Shibata is actually fucking phenomenal. And man, this guy makes anybody who said this King is Strong style, makes him look like a pussy right here. Unfortunately, he lost this match. The winner and new champion is Evil. And that's about it. There was another excellent match between Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Sonata. A really good match with Tanahashi going over, which would lead to something in the next match going forward. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship, Naito versus Jay Lethal. And this was a really good main event. It wasn't actually one of the greatest matches on there. I mean, the crowd was Jay Lethal, who is over in the United States, is not exactly over in Japan. But then Japan is a lot different with fan base. And here Naito retains. After the match, Naito grabs a mic to cut a promo, but Tanahashi comes out and challenges Naito for Wrestle Kingdom, and he accepts and tells him to get out of the ring. Cuts a promo on the crowd. I couldn't understand it because it's Japanese. I couldn't understand any of it, but you kind of got the gist when he got the challenge. And so I can't really review that because I don't know what the hell he said after that. But overall, I thought it was a real excellent show and really something to go out of your way to watch. Vader was given 2 years to live by his doctors after being discovered suffering from congestive heart failure due to his years of being wrestling in the ring and playing football. Vader a few weeks back was in a pretty bad car accident, so that has me wondering if that has anything to do with it as well. I think it sucks, and I hope something that doesn't happen to be the case, because to me, wrestlers are dying young, and this would really suck. But thoughts and prayers to Vader. Joey Styles addressed the public through Twitter of the current situation, of which he was fired from Evolve Wrestling. He stated that it was he who suggested to be fired from the company, and apologized to everybody from ring announcers to Gabe Sapolsky to Jeremy Botta that owns Flow Sports. He claimed that Gabe Sapolsky was the only one that was upset about the deal. Joey Styles was also fired from Shikara and Beyond Pro Wrestling. Jeremy Botta has since then released a tweet of his own, stating that the claim Joey Styles made of him not being upset was actually false, and that he was upset by the comments, but was more worried about the health status of Timothy Thatcher, who suffered a concussion during the live event of Evolve 72, which is believed that he suffered a concussion. Jeremy Botta did state that he supported Gabe Sapolsky 100% in his decision. Tony Nese, who has been working on Raw as of late as part of the Cruiserweight division, has officially signed a WWE contract. He was at an Evolve event as William Regal presented him with a WWE contract after the show. Drew Gulak, who has also been appearing on Raw, has yet to be confirmed to have signed the contract with WWE. William Regal said more talent would be signed, which led to a bro chant to sign Matt Riddle, who is currently Evolve's top professional wrestler. Triple H has been desperately trying to sign Conor McGregor to appear at next year's WrestleMania. No word yet if anything has been confirmed. Conor McGregor beat Eddie Alvarez to become the light heavyweight champion. He is the first double champion in UFC history. Anthem Sports have released a statement that they have settled their differences with Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan was suing TNA for ownership of the company. While Tennessee law forbid Billy Corgan to obtain ownership, he was ordered by the court to be paid $1.8 million. That was supposed to be paid on November 1st. This was not paid on November 1st, which was almost going to lead into another lawsuit. Nothing was said if that was the money, if he got the money that was owed, or any more at this point in time. Fight Network has stated that they are happy to put this behind them and focus on producing great television. And I really hope that all this lawsuit shit is behind them, because it was looking really embarrassing for TNA. Now, I don't know if there's any more on lawsuits from other companies or anything with the tax problems, but hopefully this company can really turn around, because they have become a really damaged product. And I mean really damaged. If I'm Anthem Sports, I would do everything in my power to change the name of TNA or Impact Wrestling. Get rid of that genre. I mean, it's dated, it's stupid, and it's a damaged name. And you can't make any deals with a damaged name. I have worked in and have studied businesses, and the one thing you end up learning and what you get taught is that you can't, once your business has a reputation, it's stuck. There is nothing you can really do to take that reputation away. Your company is always seen as a joke. Sometimes with rebranding, you can change that. But if you keep the same people involved, your business doesn't improve. I have a sneaking theory here that Dixie Carter is not going to be around for the long haul. She's only part % of the owner of the company now, and I don't really see Dixie Carter really going much further. And if Anthem are smart, they get rid of her as soon as whatever deal, because I'm sure they got a deal in place where Dixie Carter is still a part of the company, but I hope it's for like a 1 or 2 year deal. Then after a while, they piss her off, and that's what they do in business. That's what they did to Ted Turner, pretty much. They slowly took over, and then they took over. Then AOL took over, and then that's how you lost WCW in the end. It's because of stuff like that, and it's just little things. And where that is a big giant media thing in the world, TNA is not, and I repeat, is not a big company. It's a small time company. It's basically a small business. And with small business, you make less money. Your shares could turn to shit. I mean, unless they turn into a publicly traded company, which would be hard to do. I mean, WWE took years before they went public with their company. WWE won't go away anytime soon. They're a publicly traded company. They make money. The money that they lose, they make back in a minute. So, with TNA, if they lose money, they're gone. That's simple. And it's really hard. And I see people all the time, they go, oh, if WWE loses Raw, or loses Smackdown, lose their TV deals, they're done. Not really. WWE has the finances and the resources to find either another channel or find a way to show their shows on a different format. Why do you think they got the WWE Network for? Let's face it, television, in my view, television is a dying form. How many people watch TV in 2016? I tell you what, my television never even goes on half the time, other than to play a video game or watch a movie. I don't watch a lot of TV. Pretty much when I watch wrestling, it's online on the computer. That is where your future is. You look at all these places like Netflix, the WWE Network as well, UFC is doing their part. That's the future, right there. That is your future. Soon, I think, probably this is only the start. Netflix is the start of something that will evolve over time. Yes, you'll still have TV, but it'll be an old form, just like cassette tapes. Remember, I actually grew up at a time where cassette tapes was still a thing. Did you know there was such thing as a VCH? When we used to watch Raw, we could miss Raw, we could tape it. And technology went to DVDs. Now you can watch everything online or digital. stream it, everything. That's where everything goes. So when you're looking at television, that's the next forum. WWE could possibly afford that now. TNA, they don't have the popularity or really the smart people behind it. I don't know what Anthem sports are like, so maybe it might be a bit different. Maybe they are the future. So maybe TNA is in good hands with Anthem. But that is my view. And now for the Smackdown review. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan open the show to open up the 900th episode of Smackdown. They announced that Edge and The Undertaker will be on the show, and then announced that the Intercontinental Championship will be the first match. So, Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. I thought this was a really good match, and well, it wasn't as good as their No Mercy match, but I thought this was a really good match. After some interference from the Spirit Squad and Maurice, The Miz is the new Intercontinental Champion. They air a clip of Stone Cold Steve Austin destroying the DX Express. Backstage, Alexa Bliss is complaining to Daniel Bryan about the finish of the Women's Championship match, where Alexa Bliss's foot was on the rope. Daniel Bryan says that the referee's decision is final and that she should focus on the SmackDown team for Survivor Series. Alexa Bliss wanted a rematch and Daniel Bryan granted it but didn't say when, which will probably be TLC, for my guess. I thought this segment was going good, and then Natalia came in blowing a whistle, telling her to pick herself up and all that, and yeah, I was pretty annoyed by that. We then had Kalisto versus Oni Lorcan. I thought that was a really good showing for Oni Lorcan, the former Biff Busick. I guess this was his chance to be on SmackDown in front of a live crowd, so he wanted to give an impression, and really what an impression he gave. Yeah, it was a really good match, and the winner here was Kalisto to lead to Survivor Series, but hopefully Lorcan will be on the main roster in the near future. We then get a clip of the very first SmackDown, with the main event. The WWE Champion at the time, Triple H, was taking on The Rock, and Shawn Michaels superkicked The Rock and turned on The Rock to cost him the match. We then had Heath Slater and Rhino to motivate the Survivor Series tag team match for SmackDown, and they brought in King Booker, who gave him all his King Booker shtick. Then Breezango came in and was giving out fashion fines as fashion police, and Booker told him off. I thought this was a pretty funny segment, but not the greatest thing I ever seen, but it was there. We then get a clip of John Cena's debut against Kurt Angle, and The Undertaker giving him props after the match. Then of course, we come to the albatross of the show, Nikki Bella versus Carmella. This was an absolutely horrible match that even got a commercial break. It was so fucking long, it got a commercial break. And it was so fucking terrible. And the only good thing about it was when the Raw team interfered and ended it. It was terrible. Get rid of these two out of the ring. Have them be managers, valets, whatever. Don't have these two in the ring because they suck. They have no chemistry whatsoever. Nikki Bella can't wrestle. She's just terrible. Just terrible. And this feud is not hot. It's not anything. So I don't see why they keep this person around in the ring. 16-man tag team match. It was American Alpha, the Usos, the Hype Bros, and Breezango with Heath Slater and Rhino in the corner versus the Spirit Squad, the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, and the Headbangers. And I thought this was a really good tag team match, and I thought they really worked hard here. Team SmackDown wins. I'm saying the Team SmackDown for Survivor Series wins because I can't be bothered reading out the names again. But yeah, it was a good match. We then get the closing segment with the Cutting Edge. Edge comes out, talks about being on SmackDown and it being his home, brings out the Survivor Series tag team. Edge said one guy represented SmackDown the best and wanted to shake his hand. Edge looks at AJ and AJ looks excited because he's thinking it's him that he's talking about, but shakes the hands of James Ellsworth. He is thrilled by this and asks for a 5-second pose. AJ cuts it off and says it was stupid then and stupid now, and tells Edge that he should talk to somebody important. So Edge ignores AJ and goes straight to Randy and asks him why has he joined the Wyatt family. Randy Orton gives a death stare while Bray Wyatt takes the microphone saying the Randy Orton everybody knew and loved was dead. But this Randy Orton will be ready at Survivor Series. Edge then goes to Shane and asks he tells Shane that he's got one hell of a task ahead of him, and Shane pretty much goes out to prep up the team. Takes a phrase from AJ Styles. AJ Styles hates it, and takes a shot at Dean Ambrose, who almost get into an argument, into a fight. As they are arguing, the lights go out and the Undertaker's music hits, and that entrance of the Undertaker, no matter how many times you experience it, is fucking awesome. I mean, it never gets old, never. And Edge even said that on the Talking Smack segment. And that's exactly my thoughts, exactly. He announced that WrestleMania will no longer define him, and that he is back, taking souls and digging holes. He told the team that they had better work hard and win, or they will deal with him and have a reason to fear him, and Raw better rest in peace. And the Undertaker's music hit, and the show closed. And overall, I thought this was a really good show, besides the women's match that probably wasn't really needed. This was a really good show leading into Survivor Series. And now for my Survivor Series predictions. The Intercontinental Championship with The Miz, with Maurice, defending against Raw's Sami Zayn. After The Miz won the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown, I don't see the championship going to Raw. So I would have to give this one to The Miz, and he retains. So that will be SmackDown 1. We then go to the Cruiserweight Championship with the Brian Kendrick versus Kalisto. Even though that's a 3 out of 5 show, for some reason I don't see the Cruiserweights going to SmackDown, and I think Brian Kendrick will actually retain the championship. The Cruiserweights would be a better fit for SmackDown, but I don't see it. I think Raw's retaining, so I think Brian Kendrick wins here. So that'll be 1-1. And the first of the Survivor Series tag teams, the tag team portion of the Survivor Series team, I think might be the SmackDown team wins this. So, and I have that feeling that the SmackDown team's going to win that one. So it will make it 2-1. You'll see the pattern and the reason why I'm going this way towards the main event team. The Women's Survivor Series tag team, I would say the Raw team would be going over here. It would make more sense for the Raw team to go over here. and that would make it 2 for 2, I believe. Yes, that's it. And for the main one, that will be the Raw, Raw men's team versus Smackdown men's team. I think Smackdown wins this one because I think Mick Foley is not going to be general manager for very much longer, and this will be the reason why. So that is my thoughts on that. And the main event is Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Now, people keep saying that Shane McMahon is going to interfere in this match. I don't think it's going to be this match. Goldberg has apparently been has stated that Brock Lesnar will be last, but does that mean it will be his last match? I don't think so. I think there's going to be a return match, and I see Brock Lesnar going over here through some screw job finish. But for me, thinking it's in Canada, and it makes more sense to have Brock Lesnar go over in some screwy way. The reason I say that because there's a Royal Rumble event coming up in the Alamo Dome that's supposed to be a pretty big attendance. The problem is you're going to need big names to fill that card. And what I think, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar will be in a steel cage for that event. So it won't just sell in the Royal Rumble alone. That will be the other match. Will be Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage. That is my prediction. And so that's my predictions for the Survivor Series. And that'll be it for this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you can, please donate. At the homepage of this channel, there is a donate button that you can donate to the show to help improve quality of audio and everything for the show. The show will always remain free. Thank you.